All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, I'm going to be recapping last night's playoff basketball. Had a couple game fours, big game fours. I want to talk about it here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Join the membership if you want to learn more about the membership. There's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. That's my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that. Description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So the first game we had was Pacers and Knicks, game 4. The Pacers come out and smack the Knicks, winning 121-89, and they tie the series up at 2, winning both games in Indiana. Yeah, right from the jump, Indiana came out on fire. First quarter, they led 34-14 at the end of the first quarter. They came out were pressing. They're pressing. Shots were falling. The defense was there. The Knicks just couldn't get anything going. And right from the jump, it seemed like the Knicks just didn't have it. They felt they were tired. That kind of the like injuries and all that stuff kind of came up and finally kind of hit them in this game. Like I said it in my game 3 recap of them, I was like, it felt like they looked tired at some points in the game, but they eventually pulled it together and made it a really close game, and it came down to the last shot. But this game, it looked like they didn't have anything left in the tank. Like this game, it looked like they were just tired. Jalen Brunson didn't. He had 1 point in the first quarter. They shot 26% from the field, 1 for 8 from three. They're even 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Like it was just, it was tough for New York. They just couldn't get anything going. They looked tired. Jalen Brunson didn't have a great game, and from the first quarter, Indiana just jumped on them right away. Tyrese hit a couple 3 pointers. Miles Turner hit a crazy three. T. McConnell came off the bench, hit a couple shots. And we Toppin had 7 in the first quarter. Ben Shepherd hit a 3 in the first quarter, and it kind of looked like, all right, here we go. And then the second quarter kept going, and the Pacers just kept doing it, rolling them throughout the entirety of the game. And they ended up winning by, what is this, 32 points in this game. We had Tyrese 26 and 5, 4 for 10 from three. They had 6 players scoring double figures in this game. A couple players had, well, T.J. McConnell had a double double off the bench, 15 and 10. He was a plus 27 in this game. Well, we topping at 14 points, 13 from Miles Turner, 14 from Pascal Siakam. Aaron Nesmith had 12 rebounds in this game. Just a dominance from the Indiana Pacers. You know, it's just the contrast to see them win a game like Game 3, where it was a very tight, close, came down to Andrew Nemar hitting that crazy three, to just absolutely dominating Game 4 in Indiana Pacer fashion, kind of just like, running up and down the floor, outpacing you, hitting threes, having a lot of assists. They shot 56% from the field, 45% from three, only took 8 free throws, and all from the bench. Their starters did not take a free throw in this game. They still got the win. They also rebounded the Knicks 52 to 43. They had 31 assists in this game. Just this Indiana Pacers basketball. And again, for the Knicks, just didn't have it. They were shot 33% from the field. They were shot 19% from three. They were 7 for 37 from three, 71% from the free throw line. I rebounded. Just yeah, they didn't have it in this game. And now we have a 2-2 series. Now we have basically a best of three. You know, so this is gonna be very, very interesting. Game 5 is gonna be an interesting game. Hopefully the Knicks have OG Anunoby back, because of course OG changes a lot of things for this Knicks team. And maybe the Knicks just needed it, just had this game, and it was kind of the basketball gods saying, you know what, New York, I'm sorry, but you guys got to rest a little bit. You guys got to rest a little bit. You guys can't play 45 minutes again in this game, man. Like Josh Hart only played 23 minutes. Jalen Brunson 30 minutes. Like they needed a game where they could just sit back and just relax and rest, have another rest day tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow Tuesday come out and just then you could have kind of that before the Knicks game that you always have. For the basketball guys, kind of like, New York, you guys got to rest today. Like, you guys already only had close games. You guys are so banged up. You need to just sit down for a second, and hopefully OG come back, because that'll be big. And then Indiana have momentum. I mean, you win 2 games in a row on your home court. They have undefeated at home so far in the playoffs. The road, they've only won 1 game on the road so far in the playoffs. That was game 2 in Milwaukee in the first round. So they definitely need to come out. To win the series, they have to win 1 game in New York, out of these decks, however many go. But game 5 obviously is going to be a huge game in a 2-2 series. Game 5 is the most important game in a 2-2 series. And we'll see if the Pacers come with the same energy. But I expect the Knicks to come back looking a lot better, than they did in this game. They're looking a lot more rested, hopefully at least. Then we had Nuggets Timberwolves game 4. The Nuggets come out and beat Minnesota 115-107 in game 4, and they also tied their series up at 2 games apiece. The road team has won every game so far in this series. Yeah, Denver came out first quarter. Jokic came out, had 11 and 4, 5% from the field. Jokic had the type of game that I was explaining at the end of game 2 when Minnesota dominated game 2 and they were going back to Minnesota. This Jokic game, in a way, was kind of what I thought was going to happen in game 3, where I was saying, you know what, I think game 3, Jokic needs to have one of those kind of like I'm the best in the world type performances. Come out, have a huge game 3, and then maybe game 4. Like they were flipped. I thought this was gonna be game 3, how Denver won, and I thought game 3 was how game 4 was gonna play out for Denver. But it played out the opposite way. Jokic 35, 7 and 7 in this game, 15 for 26 shooting. Absolutely amazing game from Jokic, 19 in the first half, and then he had 16 points in the fourth quarter as well to kind of end this game. Just 6 for 10 from the field, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Him and Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon were the only players that scored in the fourth quarter. But Jokic having just a dominant type of performance. Aaron Gordon was the man in this game. He was the X factor. 27, 7 and 6, a steal, 2 blocks, 11 for 12 in the field, 2 for 2 from 3, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Almost a perfect game. Just absolutely amazing in this game. You know, I mean, of course, being efficient shooting the ball wise, not even just from the field, but from three as well, hitting a couple threes, hitting some his free throws. He even hit a couple like tough turnaround mid-range jumpers and stuff. Of course, he does in defensive end. He was rebounding, he was assisting, he was just doing everything on the court. And when he's playing like this, the Nuggets are dang near an unbeatable team. Because now you have Aaron Gordon, giving you 20 something points. It's like, man, but Aaron Gordon was absolutely spectacular in this game. Jamal also had 19, 5 and 8, 8 for 17. He had a couple big shots, especially in that, I want to say second and third quarter. He had 12 points, and that really kind of gave Denver a little bit of momentum. And then yeah, and then you can get you're the Nuggets. You can get 27 points off your bench. That's just amazing. Christian Brown was great in this game. 11 points, 3 for 4 from the field. He closed this game out over Michael Porter Jr. because Michael Porter Jr. struggled today, only 4 points. He didn't make a 3-pointer. Christian Brown closed this game out and made some big shots. He made a big 3-pointer to put them up 11 or 12 when Minnesota was kind of making a little run. He's playing some really good defense. He just was making great plays. And Justin Holiday hit 3 3-pointers as well. He had 10 points. And then Reggie Jackson hit a couple threes in that second quarter. He had 6 points as well. So you can get that production from your bench. That's just beautiful stuff from the Nuggets. But yeah, man, I mean, they came out early, had a really good first quarter. In the second quarter, that's where they kind of pulled away. They won 35-25. Minnesota wasn't playing as amazing defensively, especially as they were in the first couple games. And that first half, the end of first half was really big. I mean, they scored 8 points in like 20 something seconds. Jokic was double teamed. He made the cross court pass on Justin Holiday for a 3-pointer. Come down the other end, they get the steal. Jokic gets it to Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. lays it in. And then the Timberwolves were like 1 second left, try to get like a football type, launch pass down the court. Jamal Murray steals it and makes the half court shot. And that just was a momentum killer because Minnesota had cut the lead down to like 8 points or something like that going into halftime, which they were going to be in a really good position. And then Denver scores that like 8 points in 20 seconds and just dominates them. And then Minnesota tried. Minnesota had it. Well, they had some good moments, but it was just tough. Anthony Edwards is trying everything in his power to try to will Minnesota this win. I mean, 44, 5 and 5, 16 for 25 shooting, 5 for 8 from 3. He was spectacular in this game. When he came out and said, I'm going to be a lot better in game 4, he was. He was a lot better. I mean, he was phenomenal in this game. Just didn't really get much help. Karl-Anthony Towns, 13 points, 5 for 18, 1 for 4 from 3. That's just not going to cut it. He needs to be better shooting the ball. Rudy Gobert, 11 14. Mike Conley, 15, 9 assists. Jay McDaniels had 11 points. Naz Reid had 11. Nikhil was 1 for 7. Kyle Anderson played 6 minutes. He didn't score. He didn't do anything. He had a foul in 6 minutes. That's all he really did. But yeah, Minnesota, 39% from 3. You also miss 9 free throws. You're not going to be a Nuggets team if you miss 9 free throws in a game, you know, because they did good in the glass. They won the rebounding battle and the offensive rebounding battle. They doubled the offensive rebounding battle. They won the turnover battle as well. It's just Denver's offense really was just spectacular and Minnesota's wasn't. That really was it. I mean, Denver shoots 57% from the field, Minnesota shoots 47%. Denver 44% from three, Minnesota 39% from three. 80% from the free throw line, 66% from the free throw line. That was the game right there. Denver's offense just looked like a well-oiled machine again. I think Aaron Gordon being kind of the middleman and doing all the little things, also getting the easy buckets and getting everyone else involved. Kind of that was the X factor right there. Aaron Gordon, I think, was the reason that Denver won this game because he was just doing so many things. And then again, the bench. I mean, you get 27 points from the bench for Denver, 13 for Minnesota, and Naz Reid had 11 of the 13. That's a big swing as well in a game like this. And now it's 2-2. Minnesota, honestly, that's a tough loss for Minnesota because now it looks like you win the first two games in Denver, one of the hardest places to play. You got the reigning champs on the ropes, and then you lose two home games. It just looks like you basically won the first two games for nothing because now you won the first two games at home, you did, but then they came out and won two games on your home court. So now it kind of like it's even. Now, you're split now. Now you don't have any advantage. And as now you're in a best of three as the road team against the reigning champs and against Nikola Jokic, the best player in the world. So Minnesota is in a tough spot right now. You know, Obviously, I'm not saying it's over. Absolutely not. This is 2-2 series. Anything can happen right now. But Denver has taken all the momentum away in this series. When Minnesota looked like they were gonna, they're gonna knock out the reigning champs quickly, and now Denver responds like champions do, playing like champions do. They come out, they respond. They didn't worry, they didn't fret, they didn't say, "Oh my God, we got to do something." They came out, dominated Game 3, won a good game in Game 4, and now it's like, all right, now you guys got to come back to our home at least one more time, maybe twice, and win two games. So let's see. And we're gonna come to your home where we already won two games as well. So this is interesting, man. These next three games are gonna be, or how many if it does get to Game 7, but these next couple games Game 5 obviously is gonna be must watch television. Tuesday, Game 5, that's gonna be must watch television. At least for me, I'm gonna be glued to my TV for that game because that's gonna be that's gonna be a great game. I get a feeling that's gonna be a great game. At least I hope it's a really great, really really good game. We don't get a blowout or anything, but this gonna be very very good. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, and also like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.